There are a lot of races in the Skibidi Toiletverse. Some are good, some are okay, and some are just straight up garbage. So here are the 7 levels of groups in Skibidi Toilet, starting from the absolute worst to the strongest one in the entire show. Before we start the video, I want to say that we are so close to 100,000 subscribers. Please help us reach that goal before the end of this year. And thank you for all the love and support you guys show me. Love you 3000. Let's start with Level 1, the human race. Humans were once the main species living on Earth before the Skibidi Toilets took over and turned the world into chaos. I will try to give at least 3 reasons to justify their level. In the early episodes, humans were shown from time to time, but it looked like most of them were wiped out. For a long period, the only confirmed survivor was the secret agent, who first appeared in episode 45. Later episodes revealed that more humans had survived. Flashbacks showed people from the past, and characters like Kathy and Dave were eventually introduced also. We know that the SWAT mutant was also a human, and a police officer who turned into a mutant. Same with the heroine Skibidi mutant. She has a sister as well. I think all the Skibidi mutants were first humans. Episode 73 made it clear that groups of normal humans were still alive. These humans even recognized Black Camerawoman as an ally, and she didn't attack them either. This shows that the Alliance understands that humans are on their side. In the same episode, a human was killed by 2 parasitic Skibidi toilets. This moment shows how dangerous the world still is for any surviving humans, even when they stay hidden and try their best to be careful. One important detail confirmed in an interview is that humans wear headphones to block the Skibidi Toilet's anthem. The anthem is what infects and transforms people into toilets, so without headphones, any human can easily be turned. Today, humans appear more often in the series. So for the first reason, why I even include them in this list and gave them level 1. Most of them are just regular people with no powers, and the fact that they're still alive is honestly impressive. They live in a world filled with titans, mutated toilets, and constant danger, yet they still manage to keep going. Even though we don't know everything about the humans, there's one thing that perfectly describes them: never give up. They're ordinary people in an extraordinary war, but they continue to fight, survive, and hold on to hope. So that's the first reason. Now for reason number 2. The strongest and most mysterious human is still the secret agent. His full abilities are unknown, but we've seen hints that he can teleport and maybe even turn invisible. Some fans even believe he might be immortal, but nothing is confirmed yet. He has some kind of super strength. Bro slapped the toilet out of existence. He is also really good with technology. So that's the third reason. Now for reason number 3. They are humans. And humans are smart as heck. Bro, remember, we saw this scientist. We still don't know who that guy is. Maybe that's the scientist TV, or maybe he is one who made the hardware heads. We are all humans, so we should put some respect on their name, bro. It's a crazy world they live in. Still, they are only at level 1. Level 2, the camera race. I know it's a big surprise for everyone, but I am telling you there are levels to this shit. I also am from the camera race, but I couldn't put them higher than this. The cameramen are the main heroes of the Skibidi Toilet series. In the beginning, they were fighting the Skibidi Toilets, but as the story continued, they eventually teamed up with them to face a much bigger threat, the Astro Toilets. If I had to sum up the camera race in one sentence, I'd say this: they are the kindest, most selfless group in the whole series. Whether you're talking about their Titan or the regular members, cameramen are always ready to step forward, take risks, and even sacrifice themselves if it means protecting everyone else. That's one of the reasons why they're my favorite race. One of their biggest strengths is their ability to collect information. Their camera heads allow them to record battles, missions, and everything happening around them. Because of this, the Alliance can study the footage and understand the situation better. In a war like this, information is power, and cameramen are the ones providing it. Another cool thing about this race is that they have the highest variety of vehicles in the whole series, more than any other group. Some of the most important cameramen are the normal cameraman, large cameraman, camerawoman, camera strider, plungerman, upgraded simp cameraman, and of course, the Titan cameraman himself. Every single one of them plays a role and helps the Alliance survive. If their Titan ever returns, I honestly think the war would shift instantly. The Alliance would gain a huge advantage. For now, with the Titan missing, the camerawoman seems to be the strongest member, and she's the one leading their race forward. Now, for why they are at level 2, reason number 1. Even though their Titan is still missing, the cameramen haven't given up. They're still fighting, still supporting the Alliance, and still pushing forward with the same bravery they've always had. And in case you didn't know, they are the ones who started the Alliance. First, they teamed up with the Speakerman, and later joined forces with the TV men. Without them, there wouldn't even be an alliance. This was our first reason. Now for reason number 2. One of the cameramen's biggest advantages is their numbers. I personally think they have the second largest army in the series. They may not have a huge amount of superpowers, but they're skilled in hand-to-hand combat. In terms of speed, they're faster than the TV men, but slower than the Speakermen. In terms of strength, they're stronger than Speakermen, but weaker than TV men. Basically, they're the perfect balanced fighters of the Alliance. This was our second reason. Now for reason number 3, I am from the camera race. Nah, just kidding. If I were to fight seriously, the camera race would be the strongest race in the verse. The actual reason is that their Titan is missing. If the Titan returns, then they will be higher for sure. But without him, I couldn't see them beating any other race on this list. Level 3, the Speaker race. The only reason they are above the camera race is because of their new upgrades. These guys are legit stronger now. The Speakermen are the second faction to join the Alliance. They come in many different versions, each with their own abilities, personalities, and combat styles. Their strongest member is, of course, the Titan Speakerman. Most Speakermen carry knives, but their real power comes from their soundwave attacks. And whenever they win or just want to lift the mood, they play their anthem and dance along with it. They're probably the most chill and loyal members of the Alliance. Some of the most recognizable Speakermen are the Speaker Woman, Large Speakerman, Dark Speakerman, Strider Speaker, Executor Speakerman, and the Titan himself. But their story hasn't been easy. One of the biggest tragedies for the Speakermen happened in episode 32. Titan Speakerman was infected by a helicopter parasitic Skibidi toilet, which gave the toilets full control over him. This was a huge loss. Many Speakermen were wiped out in the same episode, and the infected Titan went on to destroy even more of his own race. It honestly held their entire race back, and it's still one of the saddest moments in the series. Another heartbreaking moment was the death of the Dark Speakerman. That loss hit the whole Alliance emotionally. For a long time, the Speakermen were considered the weakest faction in the Alliance. But things finally started to change. The first reason why they are on level 3. In episode 78, the Speakermen made a major comeback, and it was hype. They released their entire armada and finally revealed that they had been preparing for a massive battle against the Astro toilets. Not only that, they reverse-engineered Astro technology and upgraded themselves to a level where they could actually challenge the Astros head-on. This was our first reason. Now, for reason number 2. They're extremely agile. Honestly, their speed and movement are on another level. They are probably the second fastest race in the whole verse, and the fastest one among the Alliance. This was our second reason. Reason number 3 is the new Semi-Titan and the upgraded Strider Speaker. This was the biggest reveal of their armada. The Semi-Titan is known as the Executor Speakerman, along with many new soldiers. This alone shows how much they've grown. Titan Speakerman didn't appear in episode 78, but let's be honest, he's upgraded for sure. They wouldn't just leave him behind. So whenever he returns, it's going to be peak. As a matter of fact, we already saw a glimpse of him in the recent episode. If the Executor is so strong, then imagine the Titan. Level 4, the TV race. Some people might have expected them a bit higher, but you will agree with me once you see the rest of the list. Also, we can't forget about the infected Titan TV man. That's a big hit for their race. The TV men are the third faction to join the Alliance, and they're also the first group in the entire series that communicates by speaking in reverse. They were first teased in episode 34, hinted at again in episodes 36 and 37, and finally made their full debut in episode 39. Compared to the Cameraman and Speakerman, the TV men are fewer in number and much more secretive. They don't have an official leader, but it's pretty clear that the most powerful members, like Titan TV Man or Scientist TV Man, naturally take the lead when needed. Their main power comes from their screens, but some members also carry daggers, and they can rotate their heads a full 360 degrees. Notable members include the TV Woman, Large TV Man, Energized TV Man, Scientist TV Man, Larry, Jeffrey, and of course Titan TV Man, who is easily the strongest in their race. The Scientist TV Man is the smartest, constantly creating new upgrades and studying enemy technology. Their screens can also show emoticons, which is basically how they express emotions. One of the coolest things about the TV men is their different light screen attacks. Each color has a unique purpose. Orange screen, revealed by TV Woman in episode 49. It burns the enemy badly, often killing or severely injuring them. Purple screen, the most common one. It hypnotizes enemies and forces them to fight for the TV men. White screen, used by Large TV Man. It blinds targets for a long time. It's really strong as well. Red screen, the strongest one. It forces the enemy to commit suicide. If not blocked, it's extremely deadly. Black screen, the rarest attack. We've only seen it once. It stops the teleportation of enemies using the TV men's black smoke. Blue screen, the only one we don't fully understand yet. Scientist TV Man hasn't shown what it does. My guess, it either heals allies or scans analyses enemies. Now for the reasons why they are on level 4. Reason number 1, out of all the factions in the Alliance, The TV men are the most advanced in terms of technology. They can teleport, use photon-based abilities, and even study Astro toilet tech. They might not be the biggest faction, but their high-tech abilities make them a very strong and very dangerous force. That was our first reason. Now for reason number 2, Jeffrey, the TV man in the Gates realm. Jeffrey is a TV man who lives inside the mysterious teleportation Gates realm. He first appeared in episode 78. He's a very strange character. According to Large TV Man, Jeffrey has spent so much time inside the Gates realm during teleportation that it seems to have driven him a little insane. When he appears, you can see him trembling. He's clearly not stable. For reasons unknown, he hasn't left the void since then. Nobody knows why he stays there or what he's planning, which makes him one of the most mysterious and unsettling members of the TV men. His only feat is that Jeffrey towers to an immense size and delivers a powerful slap to the Watchman of Doom, but I believe him to be an important and strong figure in the series. I think these 2 reasons alone are enough to justify their level. Level 5, the Skibidi race. Honestly, this one is no surprise. The Skibidi Toilets were the main villains of the series. At least at first, it's believed they originated in Ohio, created by G-Toilet, a former Astro commander who betrayed the Astro Toilets and came to Earth. Many Skibidi Toilets are fiercely loyal to their leaders. They'll sacrifice themselves without hesitation. Whether this comes from their leader's charm or just the low intelligence of some Skibidi Toilets isn't clear. Probably a bit of both. Skibidi Toilets are tough and durable, but they have one major weakness. They don't have limbs. This makes dodging and blocking attacks tricky. They mostly rely on moving their heads to avoid danger. If they can't move properly, they're vulnerable to being flushed. Even so, they can be killed by physical attacks, like in episode 46, when Titan TV Man impaled a vacuum Skibidi urinal with his claws. The strongest Skibidi Toilet is obviously G-Toilet, while the smartest is the scientist Skibidi Toilet. Other notable members include the G-Squad, which has the Berserker Toilet, SWAT Toilet, Michael Jackson Toilet, DJ Toilet, Buzzsaw Toilet, Mafia Mutant, Heroin Mutant, and of course, G-Toilet himself. The leadership among them is surprisingly smart. Some work in labs, creating advanced tech under the guidance of a chief scientist. The Skibidi Toilets are smart tacticians too. They can quickly counter alliance tech, set traps, and rely on sheer numbers to overwhelm enemies. Kamikaze traps are just one example of how deadly they can be. But now, things have changed. Recently, the Skibidi Toilets joined the alliance, and honestly, it was the right move. Jimmy knew how powerful the Astro Toilets were, and told the Alliance they needed him. The Skibidi Toilets aren't just villains anymore. Now they're a massive, powerful force ready to fight alongside the Alliance. Reason number 1. One of their most terrifying abilities is the Skibidi virus. By singing their anthem, they can corrupt humans and turn them into Skibidi Toilets. And get this, the virus works even if they aren't physically there. If their song is recorded and played, it can still infect people. This is their main way of reproducing, though they can also create or modify new Skibidi Toilets. This was our first reason. Reason number 2, just to put it into perspective. Remember how I said the Cameramen have the second largest army? Well, the Skibidi Toilets have the largest army in the series. Their numbers are insane, and each member is pretty unique in their own way. This was our second reason. Reason number 3, Jimmy, Juggy, and the G-Squad. These guys are really powerful. Jimmy was talking about a secret weapon in the Season 25 compilation, and it's a really good chance that the juggernaut Astro Toilet might join the Skibidi race. These reasons are enough to justify their level. Let's move on. Level 6, the computer race. Now, before you all throw tomatoes at me, please hear me out. I think we all have a gist of the upcoming race, and I strongly believe it to be the computer race. Remember this scene from episode 70. Here we can clearly see the secret agent talking, but if you look closer at his desk, there are 4 heads: a camera head, a speaker head, a TV head, and on the far left, we can see a monitor head. Now, this alone doesn't prove that a new race is coming. And who is it going to be? But the thing is, Boom himself confirms in an interview he is going to introduce a new race, and I cannot imagine any other race than the computer race. It just makes the most sense. Now you might be saying, even if the race gets introduced, how the heck is that level 6? Stronger than Skibidi race and the TV race? Now hear me out. This is one of my gambles. I think the newer the race is introduced, the stronger it is. We can see that when the TV race was introduced, it became the stronger one for a few episodes, same with the Astro race. Then they got introduced, they were and still are highly overpowered. So, using that analogy, it is safe to assume that these guys are not going to be weak. Now, you might be asking, why aren't they on level 7 then? Well, we gotta use some common sense here. If the computer race is stronger than the Astro race, then the series is just gonna end instantly. Imagine all these races versus one Astro race. And then the computer race is stronger than them? How is it fair and fun? I think there is a reason why the Astro race is the strongest one, because they are set to be the ultimate villain of the show. Computer race is going to be strong for sure, but not stronger than the Astro race. So these are all my reasons, and why I think they deserve level 6. Now that we've gone through the heroes, it's time to talk about the main villains of the series, the Astro Toilets. These guys are known for advanced futuristic technology. Their weapons, gear, and equipment are far more sophisticated than anything the other factions have. They're also extremely durable. In some episodes, even regular tech and weapons barely scratch them. Some Astro Toilets can survive having their heads cut off. Their current mission is to execute G-Toilet, a former Astro commander who betrayed their race, and to take over Earth. You can tell that fear is the foundation of their faction. It's simple. Stay loyal or you die. The origins of the Astro Toilets are still a mystery, but it's likely they're a completely different species from another planet. Unlike Skibidi Toilets, they don't sing an anthem, except under special circumstances. Their ranks are shown through the stripes on their helmets. More stripes mean higher authority, but not necessarily more strength. For example, the Astro Juggernaut has 3 stripes, but is stronger than the Astro Assailant, who has 5 stripes. There may be Astros with 2 or 4 stripes, but none have been seen yet. This ranking system, combined with their strength and discipline, is one reason why I always say the Astro race is the strongest race in the entire series. One unique Astro Toilet is the Duchess Astro Toilet. She doesn't wear a helmet, and her rank is unknown. She might be as powerful as the Assailant, or even hold some kind of nobility or royalty based on how other Astros interact with her. Same with the Astro Hunter. He is really strong but doesn't have any stripes. Every Astro Toilet has the ability to warp and fly, and some even have laser eyes. The most noticeable member is the Mothership Astro Toilet, which is also the largest character in the entire series. Its powers are an orbital strike laser emitter mounted below his toilet, which takes a while to charge up when fired. The cannon causes devastating destruction, and funnily enough, it's not their leader, as confirmed by DAFUQBOOM. This means there's an even higher ranking Astro Toilet we haven't seen yet so far. We know of 17 Astro Toilets in total. Honestly, I don't know if the Alliance can keep up with them, but it's going to be peak action, that's for sure. If you want a detailed explanation of all the Astro Toilet characters, I've already made a separate video about it. Definitely check that out. Also, I am not going to give you reasons to justify why they deserve the 7th level. I think we all can agree they are the strongest race in the verse. Okay guys, that was it for today's episode. If you want more of these videos, make sure to like and subscribe.